guys, so today I am doing the concert challenge. I'm not going to do all of the questions, but all the questions are listed below if you would like to see them. And let's get cracking. Awkwardest moment at a show. I was at a Regina Spektor concert and she was about to sing, I think it was Fidelity, and she couldn't remember the way the song started, which was so cute but also really awkward because no one in the crowd could come up with it either. So we were all just kind of sitting there perplexed of like, we don't know how to start the song, and the band had already started playing, and it was awkward, but in a fun way. Funniest moment at a show, this was at Bowling for Soup, and people had been crowd surfing and stuff, but then they were at a point where they were just kind of talking to the crowd in between songs, and one guy was just kind of being hovered by his friends, almost levitating, and Jarrett, the lead singer, noticed this and was like, look at this guy, he's just kind of hovering, and it was funny. Happiest moment at a show. Being in a crowd of thousands of people singing Awake My Soul is quite an awesome experience that made me pretty happy at a Mumford & Sons concert. Worst moment at a show. Any show where people are being really obnoxious and rude and inconsiderate makes me pretty unhappy. Also, tall people. I'm sorry. I know it's not your fault, but please, down in front. Favorite show that you've been to? I've been to mostly only shows that I like. I don't buy tickets to stuff that I'm not really passionate about, but I have to say my favorite one that I've been to so far is Mumford & Sons because they were just incredible. Worst show that I've been to. I can't say that I've ever bought tickets to a show that was the worst, but I was at a football game once where the Venga Boys came out and started playing music, and it was pretty hard to deal with. There's a bunch of questions about band members that I've met. I haven't met any. I'm sure they're all lovely, and I hopefully one day will meet some because I think they're very inspiring. Band you've seen live the most. I've never been to the same artist more than once, so they're all tied at this point. Paul Simon and Sting, Death Cab for Cutie, Ingrid Michaelson, Regina Spektor, Mumford & Sons, Jake Bugg, and Bowling for Soup. Band you are dying to see live. There are tons of bands I would love to see live because I'm a huge fan of music just in general, but some that I can think of right off the top of my head is I would love to see Need to Breathe. I think would be a really good concert. Milk Carton Kids, unfortunately they're sold out in Vancouver. I'd also actually quite like to see Bastille. I think that would be good. Band you liked a lot more after the show. Like I said, I only go to see bands that I already really enjoy, but after seeing Mumford & Sons live, I just had a new appreciation for how talented they are. Their harmonies are amazing, they're so multi-talented on instruments, and they're just really, really passionate about it. So I think that, if at all possible, made me love them more. A band you disliked after the show. I don't know that I've disliked a band after the show, although after the Jake Bugg concert, I did know that I probably would not want to buy his newer album because it just isn't quite my taste in music. A favorite song you've seen live. When I went to see Paul Simon, I grew up listening to his music, so anything he sang was a pleasure, but I really enjoyed when they sang Bridge Over Troubled Water, You Can Call Me Al, and The Boxer, because they're just classics and they're so good and it's poetry. Song you love but was played horribly live. Can't think of one. I think everything was played quite well. That's why I pay them the big bucks. Haven't really had any particularly good or bad moments with other fans. I don't really talk to the other fans that much when I'm there. I just talk to the people I'm there with. Worst moments would just be, again, rudeness, and best moments are just singing along and, I don't know, feeling the vibes and enjoying the atmosphere. Best pre-show moment. At Mumford & Sons, at one point, a big airplane before the show went across the sky dragging one of those little messages. Then I think it said something like, Karen, turn around, or something. And very near us, a girl did turn around, only to find her boyfriend with a bouquet of flowers. And he got down on one knee, and he stayed down there for quite a while. I think he had a very long speech prepared. But eventually he proposed and she said yes, and it was just a very cute moment and a great way to start any concert. Worst pre-show moment. When I went to see Bowling for Soup, it was my first ever concert, and a friend of mine, we had bought our tickets, but we didn't realize the venue, you also needed a membership. So even though we were the first ones in line, when we got in, we were turned away until we had our memberships, which we then bought. But by that point, we were no longer the ones in front of the stage. Oh well. Favorite venue. There is a venue in Amsterdam called Paradiso, and it's converted from an old church into a concert hall, so there's beautiful stained glass windows and just very ornate architecture, and it's really an intimate setting. It's where I saw Regina Spektor, and I loved it, and I would love to see another concert there someday. Worst venue to attend. I don't know that there are any bad venues, just bad seats. And whenever you're in a stadium and you're up really high, it's not the best, but I'm just happy to be anywhere where the musician is because, again, I only see musicians that I love, so there's no bad venues. Cheapest ticket you've paid for, I think it was Jake Bugg for about $14, but most tickets in Europe for the bands that I like are quite a bit cheaper because they're not as well known there, so I've had some pretty sweet deals. Most expensive ticket is actually a ticket that I bought recently. I bought tickets for my mom and I to go see James Taylor in Seattle, and I think they were about $100 each or so, but I'm sure it's going to be really awesome, so I'm very excited. First show you ever went to was Bowling for Soup, or first show I ever went to. I don't know what you went to. The latest show I went to was Paul Simon and Sting. You can see the video if you click on this link right here. How many shows have you been to? 7. Favorite people to take to a show. I think taking people who are just as excited as you about the band is the best people to take, because if you go with someone who's not as into the band as you are, it's just gonna make it feel a little less awesome and fun. So take people who love that band, or at least enjoy their music if you can, because it's just gonna make your experience that much more exciting. And lastly, best after show moments. I think the whole high that you kind of get after a show of discussing what was your favorite part and singing the songs, and you're feeling energized, and it's awesome every time. So that was my concert challenge. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment about your favorite band or concert that you went to see, or even do the concert challenge yourself. I would love to see it. That's all I've got for today, and I will see you guys next time, and have a good day. Bye!